Hello, good morning. I hope everyone is having a brilliant week. Uh, we have some sunshine over here on the west coast of Canada. Uh, yeah, if you have any questions during the practice, go ahead and leave them in the live chat. I'll take a look before we sign out. I probably won't be checking in during our session, but yeah, you can leave them there, and I'll do my best to answer them later. Okay, so today we're going to work into the crow, but don't feel if you're not an arm balance person, don't worry. I will give some options. You're perfectly free to stay and squat and just kind of like lean into your hands. Still the same shape, still getting the same muscle groups. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our mats. Now, if you've been with me before, I love the pose where the bolster comes right into the sacrum and we extend onto the bolster. This time we're going to push it a little bit away from the sacrum. I want the bottom of the ribs, the back ribs, to come onto the edge of the bolster. So we have all this space here under the lower back. And then we're going to settle our head. Okay, you're going to know pretty quickly if this is the right head spot for you. If not, a cushion, folded up towel, a block can make a nice pillow. Okay, but we want to make sure that we're not straining the neck in this pose. So let's gather in the chin, smooth out the back of the neck. Snuggle the shoulder blades under the heart. Release the hands, palm face up. Now, if you can do feet together with knees wide, first thing, if you can settle into that, please do so. Maybe you can stick some blocks under the knees. I'll show you what that looks like. Because we do need a little bit of opening in the hips for our crow. Just you want to prop them up higher. Start to move into those muscles kind of passively and mildly, using gravity and breath. Soften through the face. I'm using different sound today. I have a little mic here. It's going to pick up more of the room sound. I apologize for that. So go ahead and get yourself some music that you like. And then settle in. Start to breathe deeply into the breath. All the way down into the pelvis. See if you can find expansion all the way down here where the thighs come in and meet the torso. If it doesn't happen exactly like that, just have that intention. Just play with the idea of pulling the breath down into the hips. Breathe away maybe the dreams you had last night. Breathe away maybe the morning scramble you had getting everything sorted before coming to the mat. Just let that's done. That part of the river has flown past. And let any plans you have for the rest of the day, again, fade into the background. Let the breath come front and center, being this beautiful silver strand that connects you to the present tense. The present tense is our oasis, always available. And this is a flow class, so let's start moving with the breath. So as we inhale, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. Stretch, and exhale, sweep them down, around, back to the hips. So the fingernails dragging along the ground. Inhale, rainbow overhead. Exhale, reach out along the entire range of motion. So we're completely invested in the space between extremes. And we're going to sway back and forth with the lower body. And I'll just play around here. Just explore the movement of the legs, the hips, the feet. Yoga is about connecting to your body. I know the first time someone asked me to do this, I'm like, what? No, there's poses. I need to be in a pose. Yoga is in the mind. It's connection to the body. So start exploring what your body's all about. No expectations. Yeah, next time we come down to the right side, I'm gonna do one more. Come over down onto the right side. And we're gonna be real loose with this left leg. Bend, straighten, roll out the ankle. Look the other way if that feels good. Again, even in this twist, find the breath all the way down into the hips. And let's bend that knee in, sway on over to the other side. Bend and straighten the right leg. Be nice and fluid with this right leg. Good morning, right leg. Make some circles with the ankles, high feet. Not everything has to be structured and planned. In fact, we can make plans, but if we get too fixed in our structures, then we get knocked off of our center all the time. Life will knock us off. All right, let's come back to center with our knees, hug them in. We're going to rock and roll our way up to sit. Oh no, we're not going to rock and roll our way up to sitting. We're going to hug our knees in, flex our hands to the sky, bring the knees as close into the armpits as you can. So we're lifting up the tailbone. As we inhale, we're going to reach on out, and the fingers are just going to lightly tap. The heels are going to lightly tap. And as we exhale, we're going to pull it on in again. Maybe lift the head. Inhale, stretch it long. Tap, just a tap. Exhale, we'll draw the navel in. So you want to initiate the curl right from the core. So as we're stretched out here, let's pull the navel down and in as we exhale. Okay. So we're moving from the core all the way out to the fingertips. I think that curled in shape looks a little bit familiar. Keep the hands and toes flexed. Reach out through the base of the palms, curl in. Now we're going to stay here. Keep the navel drawn in so you feel the breath expand through different parts of the body. One more here. And let's just stretch it out. Feet come down. Relax the hands. Point the toes. Stretch it out. And now we get to rock and roll our way up to seated. So take a few rolls. Keep the chin tucked. Get to a point where we can balance. Inhale. Exhale. Float back onto the shoulders. Pause. Switch the ankles. I use a lot of play in yoga because play is spontaneous and it's now. Let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring the hands in front of the knees. This one's going to feel good. As we inhale, we're going to push the chest forward, pull the shoulder heads back, lift the heart, lift the chin. As we exhale, rock back onto the tailbone, curl the spine, tuck the chin. Lead with the heart on the inhale. Lead with the core on the exhale. And let's come on up to the middle. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Scoot the heels in as far as they can go. And we're going to walk the right hand out, reach the left hand up, crawl that out, crawl it out. Crawl out enough that we can still push into that right hand. So we're pushing the left sit bone in. We can bend the right elbow in toward the body. Let's make sure that the shoulders are stacked. So once we get down here, let's bring the left hand onto the left shoulder and make some circles back. We want the elbow to come behind the ribs. Okay, let's reach it out. Reach it out nice and long. And let's look down at the ground. Walk the hands around to the front. Walk them as far away from the hips as you can. Keep the fingers nice and active, elbows off the ground. Finish your exhale. Draw the navel in as we inhale. Stack the spine and come on up. Crawl the left hand out, right in line with the hips. Keep the chest facing keep the shoulders over the hips, especially that right shoulder. Press down into the right sit bone. And once we have our shape, we'll bring our right fingertips to the right shoulder head and make big swooping circles with the elbow. Okay, as we come around, let's reach it long. Maybe melt that elbow in a little bit. Make sure the sit bone doesn't follow. Maybe look up past the tricep. And on an exhale, we look down at the left hand. Right hand comes down. We crawl around to the front. Walk the hands out far away. Finish your exhale. Pull the navel in. Roll on up. We're going to extend the right leg long. Keep the left foot snuggled into the thigh. Okay, let's reach our arms out nice and wide. Palms face up. Now flip the palms. As we exhale, we're going to lean the chest forward, reach the fingers back. Fingertips are just going to tap. As we inhale, we're going to draw up, right arm over left, and we give ourselves a big hug. Exhale, swan dive over the leg. Inhale to come up, left over right. Give yourself a hug. Palms face forward, actually, now that I realize what I'm doing. Inhale to come up. However far your chest goes. Okay, you might be up here, just doing nice little movements in and out of the hamstrings. That's beautiful. Also, we're just moving the major muscle groups here that we're going to be using. I love crow so much. It was one of the first arm balances I ever did. It made me realize that yoga had a sense of fun, like a real sense of fun and not just stretching. Okay, next time we come down, we'll settle our fingertips on the ground. Release the head over the leg. Press into the thigh with the left foot so we can really square the chest over the extended leg. Breathe into the lower back. Finish your exhale, draw the navel in, roll it on up. Let's inhale the arms up too. Exhale, we'll twist over the left knee. So first we're going to turn the chest to the side. So keep this left arm free first. So just get the chest moving to the left. And now we can get our lever of our left hand by the spine on fingertips to turn the chest a little bit more. Roll the left shoulder open and look over that shoulder. Breathe into your sit bones. And release. Let's go ahead and release the legs. Give them a little shake. Curl the right foot in. Keep the left foot long. Press into the thigh. Keep that connection nice and strong. Okay, reach the arms out, embracing the world. Exhale, lean the heart over the leg. Reach the hands back. Inhale to come up, right over left. Exhale to sweep. Let the breath initiate the movement. Switching the arms as you think about it. Give yourself a little sense of freedom. Okay, next time we come down, release the head, settle the fingertips on the ground behind us. And sink into the sensations, particularly of the left leg, but there might be other places. So hang out with all of them. Look for the joy in the sense of opening. Breathe joy into it. Inhale, look at the toes. Exhale, come on up to sitting. Let's take the left hand across. Move the chest to the right. Okay. The right hand's still free. We're just kind of trying to move out of the pelvis. So press again, press into the extended leg with the right foot to help kind of make that pivot. Okay, now use the lever of the hands. Now roll that right shoulder open and maybe look over it. Pull the breath along the curl of the spine. And release on an exhale. Extend the legs out, give them a little shake. We're going to cross at the ankles and come forward onto hands and knees. Let's go down here. Walk the hands out. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees off the ground. Okay, before we even get it much further, we're going to push the sit bones back. And then lift the tailbone. Have an inhale, come up on the toes. Draw the navel in, roll out to plank. Exhale, bend the knees, push back, push the hips back. Finish your exhale in down dog. Inhale, roll out to plank. Exhale, curl back up to down dog. Inhale, plank, shoulders over wrist. Push back, hips, bend the knees. And at the end of the exhale, straighten. Okay, finish the exhale. Let's roll it out on the inhale. Hold right here. Take a nice big inhale. As we exhale, roll forward on the toes so we can keep the elbows nice and close to the ribs. Get a 90 degree. Inhale, stay here. Hello. Exhale. Exhale, push up into down dog, into up dog. Take a breath here. So pull the shoulders back. Press the chest forward. Reach the toes back. And exhale back to down dog. Inhale, roll it out. Exhale, roll forward on the toes. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So you can have your hips on the ground. Up dog is pressing up. Exhale, roll over the toes to down dog. Finish the exhale, look to the hands. On our next exhale, we're going to hop it forward. Inhale in a squat, so our feet are outside our hands. And as we exhale, we're going to hop it back. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hop. Inhale here. Exhale, hop it back. And let's come on forward into our squat. Our squat can be high, it can be low. Maybe you stick a bolster under or a block under your hips. And we're just going to kind of roll out the wrists. We're going to need them later. Let's place the hands on the ground. And we're just going to kind of lean into the fingers. So we're going to lift up on the heels. We're not coming into crow, but we're getting kind of the shape. So let's make sure that the elbows are bending back in toward the body. Okay, let's make this movement a little bit bigger. Lift the hips. And come on down. Lift the hips up onto the toes. Press into the hands. Whoop. I'll do the sideways. So your hands can be on blocks here. And like a modified frog. And on this one, let's come all the way up. Set the heels at the edges of the mat. Toes slightly inward. Release over the legs. And we're going to sway. So bend into the right knee. Right body goes right. Bend into the left knee. Body goes left. Start there. What if you have another movement that
arises from your body, just kind of go with it. Just dangle here. Just make sure that the crown of the head is moving toward the ground. The whole upper body is spilling out of the hips. The breath is moving against gravity. All right, let's come back to center. Let's shift the weight into the toes. Okay, next inhale, let's get a flat back. Exhale, hands to hips. Keep the back nice and long. And inhale to come all the way up. Beautiful. Step the feet under the hips. Find your nice strong mountain. Find your core supporting your spine. We'll inhale to rise. Exhale, we're going to peel the left hand down. Reach over to the side. Inhale to come up. Exhale, peel the right hand. Shift the hips in the opposite direction. Inhale. Keep the core. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Okay, on this one, both hands are going to stay up nice and strong. So really use this core. Pull the core in. Shift the hips to the right. Reach out to the left. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Maybe our arms become a little like palm trees, but keep the core stays strong. The trunk stays strong of our palm tree, and that allows the fronds to sway. Next time we come up, palms come together. Exhale, we lead with the heart as we dive. Inhale, a flat back. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step or hop it back to plank and lower down on the exhale. Inhale, heart moves forward. We're in a back bend. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring that knee to the outside of the right shoulder. Inhale, lift it up. Open it up. We can stack the hips here. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach as high as it'll go. Exhale, whoop. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale. It's at the outside. Move it to the inside. So it's in the chest. Hold here for 2. Shoulders over wrist. Grab with the fingers. 3. And step it forward. Step the right foot forward. Beautiful. Stay up nice and high on the back knee. Sink the hips. You might blocks under the hands. It feels pretty nice. As we inhale, we're going to offer the heart forward. Roll that left hip toward the ground. And exhale, shift the hips, straighten the leg. Release the head. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale. On this exhale, we're going to stay here. Roll the left hip forward as we draw the right hip back, lengthening through the muscle. Option to keep the toes lifted or settle them. Try to aim your left cheek to the outside of the right leg. The next inhale, let's come forward, lower onto the back knee, release the foot. We're going to inhale up. As we exhale, right hand comes to the right top of the right thigh. We drop the right shoulder and come into a tip. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open into the twist. Let's keep this right hand moving. Inhale. Exhale, melt the right hand. Take a side bend. Sweep that arm up. Inhale. Exhale, out. And we're going to add on to that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tip. Shoulders over hips as much as possible. Inhale, rise. Exhale, out. Every inhale is our lift. And now our exhale is going to be in half Hanumanasana. with the knee down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend. Maybe this time the hand goes to the floor. Inhale, Vinyasa. Exhale, open to the twist. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands come down, shift the hips back. Last one, inhale. Exhale, tip. Exhale, twist. Right arm sweeps around. Pulls us into a back bend and exhale. Settle into half Hanumanasana. Pull the right hip back. Push the left knee forward. Next inhale comes forward. Right hand comes to the inside of the leg. We're going to hug that knee very close to the shoulder, so we don't want to wing it out just yet. Walk the hands as far forward as they can go. Up on the fingertips, up on blocks, and melt the heart toward the ground. Again, pull that knee in. On your exhale, let's bring the elbows under the shoulders. Okay, if it feels good, let's make sure, keeping the left elbow under the left shoulder, we start to turn to the right. Then we reach up. If that feels good, we're going to bring our hands to let's bring the right fingers to the right shoulder head and just make some circles back. Giving lots of love to our shoulders today. Okay, now we are going to wing this knee out. So flex the toes off the ground and then move the weight into the outer blade of the foot. So the ball of the big toe is lifted. Okay, this is going to give us a little more space. And we reach back. Or we stay on the thigh. Or we're feeling it, we can pick up that back foot and get it. Roll open the right shoulder. Make sure we keep these toes flexed back toward the shin so that we keep the ankle strong. Next exhale, let's release that foot. Come on back, draw the knee in. Let's frame the foot with our hands, tuck the back toes. Send the right foot. No, don't send the right foot back. Keep the right foot here. We're going to pivot on that back foot and windmill ourselves up all the way around. Keep pivoting the feet to warrior two on the left leg, facing the back of the mat. Okay. As we inhale, we're going to give ourselves a nice big hug. Exhale, sweep the arms out. Come into warrior two. Inhale, left over right. Exhale. Inhale, big hug, pull the shoulders down. And exhale. Okay, now we're in our warrior two. Let's check with the knee. Make sure we can see our big toe because the knee is going to become leaning toward the little toe side. Let's come out of the back bend by drawing the core in and smoothing the tailbone down. Let's find our core so that our arms are nice and light. They're reaching out nice and strong, but the shoulders remain eased, relaxed. Inhale to straighten the leg. We're going to reach out over the extended leg and come into our Tukonasana. A lot of times I see it, the right shoulder's coming forward. Please do not let your right shoulder come forward. Pull it on back. Even use your fingers to pull it back so we can look up toward the sky. And then let's reach out. Reach away from that hip with the right fingers. Next, inhale for a lift. Turn the toes so they're slightly pigeon-toed. Come around here. And exhale, dive. Okay, start with hands in line with the shoulders and walk them on back. Fingers point in the same direction as the toes. Elbows bend just like in chaturanga. Crown of the head moves to the floor. If the crown of the head is touching the floor, scoot the feet in a bit so that we can have some traction. Freedom. Breathe into the hips. Pull the shoulders away from the floor as the crown reaches for it. And next inhale, straighten the arms to flatten the back. Exhale, hands to hips. Little micro bends in the knees to keep from hyperextending. Let's pull the shoulder heads away from the ground and away from the ears. Another breath here, and on the next inhale, we'll come all the way up. Turn the right toes out, and we're going to windmill on down. Now we'll step back. There we go. And exhale through our vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, back to down dog. So we're facing the top of the mat again. Let's inhale the left leg up. Stack the hips. Reach it as high as it'll go. As we exhale, we're going to bring that knee to the outside of the left arm. Shoulders over wrists. Grab the mat. Inhale, open up. Exhale, come in. Inhale, lift and stretch. And sink the right heel. Exhale. As we come in, we're going to pause with that knee outside the arm. We're going to shift the knee to the center. Pull it into the chest. Pull the heel up in toward the glute. Again, shift the weight into the finger pads so we distribute it nicely. Explore how the breath travels. And go ahead and step that left foot forward. Beauty. Keep high up on the back toe. Press back through the back heel. Sink the right hip in toward the ground. Extend the heart long. We inhale here. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Keep the heel high on the right foot. Inhale, come into our lunge. Exhale, sink back. Find this beautiful flow. So not just the extremes of the lunge and the pyramid variation, but the entire space between. I think of transitions as things we just need to hurry ourselves through. No, transitions are everything. Let's stay here in our pyramid variation, going long through the spine, particularly on the inhales and melting in toward the leg on the exhale. Really tapping into this dance of breath and spine. Extension on inhales, releasing on exhales. Strength and ease, all in a single breath cycle. And let's come on forward. Lower down on the back knee, release the back foot. Scoot the knee back as far as you can. That's going to make the whole flow a little bit easier. Inhale to rise. As we exhale, we melt the left arm down and we come into a tip. You can see that from straight ahead. So we inhale, left hand comes to the top of the thigh and we tip. Nice little side bend. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to twist open to the left. Everything's going over and over the left leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tip. Inhale. Exhale open. As that hand comes around, maybe get a bit more of a back bend. And exhale, melt. Maybe this time the hand comes down toward the ground. Left. And open. We'll add our half Hanuman here. Inhale up. Exhale, reach forward and down. Shift the hips back. We're in our half Hanuman. Inhale, we're going to come forward into our Anjaneyasana again. Low lunge. lifted heart. Exhale, we're going to tip over the left hip. Inhale, we sweep the arm up. Exhale, we open to the left. Keep that left hand moving around in a circle as it comes to join the right hand. It pulls us up on an inhale. Exhale, reach forward and down. Shift the hips back. Half Hanuman. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, tip. Inhale, stretch it up. Twist. Rise on the inhale. And here in our half Hanuman, we're going to stay for a few breaths. Lift the toes. Try to bring the right cheek to the outside of the knee. Pull the left hip back. Push the right knee forward. Extension through the crown of the head on the inhale. Melting the heart on the exhale. Finding joy in the sense of opening. Growth is always uncomfortable. And the monkey mind will always resist discomfort. For the monkey, all discomfort is negative. It takes our wiser mind, sky mind, our inner sage to recognize the difference. And even if our inner sage doesn't recognize the difference, our breath will know the difference. If we can maintain a smooth breath through our discomfort, we are keeping ourselves safe. All right, next inhale, let's come on forward. Let's bring both hands to the inside of the left leg. Let's keep that left knee close to the left shoulder. And we're going to walk it forward as far as we can. Let's come up on our fingertips, melt the heart toward the ground. Okay, if this is too much, you can always put your elbows on the ground. So if you're feeling spunky, reach long through the spine. Breathe long through the spine. Again, pull the left knee in. It wants to wing. We'll wing it later. One more breath here. And on an exhale, those who have their elbows up, go ahead and let's walk the elbows under the shoulders. Take the toes off the ground. Left toes come off the ground. And then we wing the knee out and lift the inner arch of the left foot. See that? Winged out. Okay, right shoulder or right elbow under right shoulder. We start to turn to the left. Use the thigh as a lever to turn. Maybe reach up. Let's make sure we're not collapsing into our right arm. So press into the forearm to get a sense of lift. And maybe we can make some rollouts with that shoulder. Keep the toes of your left foot flexed. So we want that ankle to be protected. Okay, we can reach up. If that feels good. We can stay here on the thigh, or we can reach back and get the foot. Keep dropping that right hip into the ground. Keep pressing into the right elbow. Explore all of the discomforts, the stretches of discomfort, the discomfort of strengthening. And exhale that foot down. Let's bring that hand back in. Come onto the palms. Pull the knee back into center. Tuck the back toe. Pivot the back foot because we're going to windmill. Toes are going to pivot all the way to face the back of the mat. And we are in our warrior two stance. So left foot's parallel to the back of the ground, back of the mat. Right knee is moving straight ahead. Let's inhale to give ourselves a nice big hug. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, sweep it out. Inhale, switch arms. Draw the navel in. Let's keep the core in as we exhale. Inhale, hug, pull the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale to come in. And exhale out. Let's check in with the knee. Make sure it's not caving toward the big toe. Let's move it out toward the little toe. Draw the navel in. Let's try to come out of a back bend. Because if we have our core and we're grounded in through our feet, we can stay here forever. I mean, this becomes ease. You can really find the ease and the strength here. When you move into the alignment and your body starts to kind of take it in, then all of our positioning is efficient, right? And we're not expending unnecessary energy. So let's, on our inhale, let's straighten that front leg, reach out over the extended leg, and come on into our triangle. Notice if you tend to drop the chest toward the ground, okay? Notice if you tend to lean away from that leg. If that means you have to come up to get the body square over that front leg, please do it. You're not getting any points for getting to your toes if you're here, because that's not the stretch, right? That's not the strength, that's not the pose. So let's push the hips just gently forward, lean the shoulders back, lean the chest back, so we can get over that extended leg and really get the pose. Let's reach long away from the left hip with the left fingers. Our next inhale, lift it on up, turn the toes inward, interlace the fingers behind the spine, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the heart. So the heels are a little bit wider than the toes as we come forward into a fold. Pull the palms together, reach the knuckles away from the body. If the head touches the ground, scoot the feet in a bit. Give your spine all the space it needs. Shift the weight into the toes. Finish your exhale. The inhale at the knuckles. Pull you up in a flat back. All the way up. Press the hips. Look up. And release. Let's turn the left toes out and we'll windmill on down. Send the left foot back. Let's take a little vinyasa. And pull. All right, knees come down, toes together. Let's keep the arms nice and long. Actually, no. Let's thread the arms through and settle the cheek on the mat. Get the sit bones nice and heavy. Get them, snuggle them in toward the heels. Reach the hands. Maybe you can reach the hands past the toes to really give our neck some space. And let's turn the head to the other side so we get a twist both ways in our neck. Yum, 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 yum. All right, let's lift up. Bring our hands out nice and long. We're going to bring the knees under the hips, and let's bring the elbows under the shoulders. Let's interlace the fingers for this dolphin, I think. The trick I like to do when I interlace my fingers for dolphin or even headstand is to stack the pinkies rather than interlace the pinkies. So if I stack the pinkies, then all the weight is not pressing onto one poor little pinky finger, and most of it's on the outer edge of the hand. Okay, and we're going to step back with the right foot, press back into the heel. Step back with the left foot, press back into the heel, stretch the calf. Step back with both feet, lower the hips, draw the navel in. Pull the pubic bone up toward the chin. Okay, on an inhale, we're going to lift the right foot. On the exhale, we're going to bring that knee as close to the armpit as we can. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale, the left foot comes up. Exhale, knee to the outside, or no, just to the upper arm. And exhale down. So the hips are going to lift a little bit to make room for the leg, right? Inhale. But try to keep them as low as possible. One more each side. And let's walk the feet in toward the face. Release the head. Let's make sure we're pressing into our elbows and forearms enough that the head is not hitting the ground. It might graze, but it's not hitting the ground. Push the sit bones up and back. And let's lower down on the knees. Keep the knees together this time. Release the arms alongside the body. Melt the shoulders in. Big belly breath into the thighs. And we're going to walk our hands forward. Place our elbows under the shoulders. We're going to come onto our toes into a squat with the elbows on the ground. Let's scoot our heels close together. And we're just going to move our crow shape against the ground. So right now, just the like I said, the forearms are flat. We're just kind of rocking our knees. They're hitting the outside of the shoulders. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit. Pull the navel in and up so the hips come over the shoulders. And just kind of rock. Rock the weight into the forearms and back to the toes. The idea is to draw the navel up. That's what's going to give us lift. Okay. My friends who are like, no, I'm not doing crow today, that's fine. You can hang out in a squat. Okay. My friends who do want to do crow today, we can start in our squat, but then we're going to walk. We're going to come up on the toes and walk the feet closer together. Connect the heels. Okay, that's going to encourage the body to come into the middle line. So right, even before we do anything else, let's pull the navel in. So watch, see how my spine curls a bit? Okay. Elbows are just like in chaturanga, bending backwards in toward the body. Hands are nice and wide, fingertips grabbing the mat. Okay, we lift our hips. A baby crow is if we create this little shelf with our elbows that we can put our knees on. So maybe you just rock back and forth, and this is where you stop. Maybe the toes fly. Oh my goodness, it's been a while since I've done crow. Okay. If you want to do full crow, you're going to get those knees right into the armpits. Your hips are going to go nice and high. And then we're going to pull the heels in toward the bum and ideally straighten the arms. Caw. Instead of om, we can do caw. And settle when you're ready. Lower down onto the knees. Release. Let's release the arms. So let's take a few little shoulder rolls first. And then sweep the arms. So lead with the wrists. So as we inhale up, the wrists are leading, fingers drop down, and reverse on the exhale. Let's go out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Flying. We're going to try it one more time. So I've given you a lot of the shape. I've given you a lot of the tools. But kind of, like I said, just play around. Play around with the idea. Just maybe do little hops. Maybe you're up in a beautiful crow, and now you can caw long and loud. Like I said, I love crow because it's the first thing that made me realize that yoga has such a playful element to it. And we are going to come down to downward dog. So if you want to do the playful way from crow, you are going to shoot your legs back. And inhale, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Even in down dog, find the movement that your body would like to take right now. And we are going to come down to our bum. So if you want to do the jump through, look ahead, bend the knees, and slide the legs on through. Or you can do the half jump through. And let's roll. Don't roll on my back. Legs nice and wide. Let's really release our wrists this time. So let's kiss the wrists, roll them out. Both ways. Let's bring the fingers so they point to the body. Lean and set the palms on the ground and then lean back. And let's flip the hands so palms face up, wrists on the ground, fingers toward the body. So lean forward first, and then gently pull back until you feel the stretch. And release, hands to the ground, palms face down, and just rock from side to side. Kind of push off on the fingers. Push. All right, let's walk the hands forward. As we walk the hands forward, let's slide the tailbone back, and we can actually like pull the flesh of the bum. So we encourage the sit bones to slide backwards and spill our body forward. And we want the toes to be pointing up toward the sky, but I don't want our arms as a lever. Don't use any levers. Just use the muscles of your legs to pull the toes up toward the sky. And countering that, we grow long out of the hips. Keep the hips spilling forward. So we want the bowl of the hips to spill. So if our hips are hanging up out here, and so we're like this, let's just sit up nice and tall and lean our chest forward, even if we're not going very far. And wherever you are, draw the navel into the spine. Stack, 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 stack. Leave the head heavy. And come on up to sit. Let's pull the legs in. We're going to roll onto our backs. Oh my goodness. That was a fast hour. Take a moment. Just take a couple breaths here. Just feel how your body wants to release. Maybe in stillness. Maybe a bit of a bending and straightening the arms to kind of rock back and forth on the sacrum. Maybe a sway from side to side across the sacrum. Feel out what your body needs. Sway the head from side to side. Explore the possibilities. Like I said before, you can make plans. Plans are great, but we can't get married to results. If we make our plans and kind of put all of our emotional eggs in that planned basket, when life does its life thing, it's going to really throw us off. Let's go ahead and keep the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg. And we're going to roll that knee out to the side. Turn the toes up toward the sky. So we're coming into half happy baby. So you can hold on to the ankle. Let's make sure the right elbow is on the inside of the right knee. Take hold of the outer blade of the foot. Make sure our chin is tucked. Smooth back of the neck. Soften the brow. So make sure the left hip, back of the left hip stays heavy in the ground. Okay, if your left leg is extended, let's go ahead and bring the heel close to the bum. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, and just using the musculature, we're going to pull the left knee toward the chest. Right knee is going to rotate outward, so we're doing a supine pigeon, working on our outer hip. Just using the musculature of our legs, we're going to inhale a flat sacrum and exhale. Draw the figure 4 pigeon shape in closer to the chest. Inhale and exhale. Notice how the tailbone lifts as we pull the left knee in. As the right foot gets closer to the left side of the chest. Okay, next time we come in, now make the tailbone heavy. So pull the tailbone back down as we keep the legs closer to the heart. Now let's use our lever. Right hand comes through the triangle, left hand comes over the thigh or over the shin. Relax the shoulders. Let's keep our right foot flexed to protect the ankle. And let's set the left foot on the ground. And we're going to drop there. I'll show this from the side so you can see better. And we're going to drop the legs over to the left. Now the knee can stay up toward the sky, but if it's creating any kind of funky feeling, like a pinching feeling, then just settle the knee toward the chest, toward the ground. Let's keep both shoulder blades on the ground. And maybe look out over the right. Oh, I'm still in frame. Nice. Breathe into the hips again. Play with the strength of your breath. Play with the vitality of every inhale and the relaxation of every exhale. Embrace this glorious ebb and flow. And let's come back to center. Unwrap the legs. Move however your body wants to move. Explore movement. They're like, oh, no, that doesn't. That feels good. Because ultimately, you are your own guru. I tell my daughter, you're the boss of your body. And everybody else is the boss of their body. Let's keep the left knee in, extend the right leg long. And now we're going to drop that left knee out to the side. Bring the left sole of the foot to the sky. Left arm's on the inside of the knee. Takes hold of the ankle or takes hold of the outer blade of the foot. And the thigh is alongside the ribs. We're moving the left knee toward the left shoulder. Okay. If it's too much to keep this leg straight, you can go ahead and settle the foot on the ground. Gives a little more space. Relax the jaw, relax the brow. Settle into the joy that is being a body. Having a body, having thoughts, having emotions, having this life experience. All right, let's bring the right heel in close to the sit bones. Let's cross the left ankle over the knee. Okay, again, just using the musculature of your lower body. Let's come into our supine pigeon. Keep the left heel flexed. Push the heel, the left heel over to the right. Left knee is rotating outward. And then as we exhale, we'll pull the right knee in, brings the lower leg closer to the chest, and inhale. Let's press the whole back of the hips to the ground. Exhale, the tailbone lifts. This body is your playground. We get to be like kids in a playground. And be the kid before judgment started happening. Before the kid starts going, this playground stinks. When you were a really little kid, didn't matter. Single swing, heaven. That's the little kid mind we're looking for. The one that's just happy to be there. All right, let's use our lever now. Left hand threads through the triangle. Take the shin, take the calf. Yeah, take the shin, take the thigh. Whatever you take, relax the shoulders back. Sink the tailbone heavy. That opposition creates the stretch, creates the opening. Again, check in with the left ankle. Make sure it's nice and stable. Lean the left knee away from the heart. Down toward the bottom of the mat. Looking for sensation in the outer left hip. Let's settle the foot close to the sit bone. Keep the left knee wide as we drop the right knee over to the right. Brings the ankle with it. The knee can stay up toward the sky or it can relax. Okay? Let's keep both shoulders on the ground and look out toward the left. Only if it feels good for the neck. If that's too much for the neck, just look straight up. Breath remains strong as the muscles relax. Let's bring the right knee up to the sky. Let's unravel the legs. Let's move whatever strikes us. Explore release. Explore niceness in the body. Then we're going to make our way to Shavasana. We're going to do a small Shavasana. Nothing too long. We've past the end of our hour, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so just maybe about 3 minutes. If you want to stay in Shavasana longer, then feel free. That you are encouraged to do that. If your body is asking for it, then that is definitely something you want to listen to. Okay, so settle into your Shavasana. Once you get there, take a few nice big belly breaths. Just clear out, really allow that exhale, just slide down that exhale into gravity, into the earth. Let the mind do the same thing. Slide into gravity, slide into the skull. Let the thoughts get heavy. We don't need to carry them. Let them release them into the earth as well. Once you feel cleared, once you feel settled, just let the breath ebb and flow out of your body. You don't have to pull it or push it.
You can give it a gentle nudge of deepening if that feels good. Just make sure it feels good. We're no struggle, no strain. Just a sense of accepting this beautiful moment right here and now. The whole tapestry of it. All the shining threads that weave around and through us, the sounds, the feelings, the thoughts, the emotions, the joys, the fears, the frustrations, the excitements, all of this wild, gorgeous mosaic of being. And I have a little poem that I'm going to read while you guys are in Shavasana. It's by Julie Fehrenberger, I believe her name is. If you want to know the correct spelling, go ahead and request it. I'll make sure to post it. Go gently today. Don't hurry or think about the next thing. Walk with the quiet trees. Can you believe how brave they are? How kind. Model your life after theirs. Blow kisses at yourself in the mirror, especially when you think you've messed up. Forgive yourself for not meeting your unreasonable expectations. You are human. Praise fresh air, clean water, good dogs. Spin something from joy. Open the window even if it's cold outside. Sit, close your eyes, breathe. Allow the river of it all to pulse through your eyelashes, fingertips, bare toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe until you feel your bigness, until the sun rises in your veins. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. Until you have unwavering faith in what is. Yeah, I love that. Breathe until you stop needing anything to be different. Until you have unwavering faith in what is. Let the breath move deeper into the body. Start to re-invite movement into the hands and feet. Give yourself a nice big stretch if that feels good right now. Walk the feet in, curl yourself onto one side. Enjoy a couple breaths here, curled. Like a seedling about to unfurl from the ground. And let's come on up to Sukasana. Once you arrive, kind of move any little movements that need to come out. Explore. And let's inhale the arms nice and wide, palms up to the sky. Pull the thumbs behind the heart. As we exhale, bring the hands together, settle the thumbs on the heart center. we'll finish our practice with the sound of Om and 3 Shantis. So let's fill up completely. We're going to hold the breath. So fill up the back body, all the way up through the belly, the chest, the throat. Hang on for 8, 7, 2, and 1. Release it all. Inhale to begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And exhale as we tuck the chin. May the spirit of joy shine brightly within you and within all of us. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your time on the mat this midweek, and I hope to see you next week. If you ever have any requests, any questions, feel free to post them here. I get notifications, and I'll try to see to them. I think it doesn't look like anybody has any questions today yet. So if you're joining us later, feel free to leave a question, and I will try to get back to you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next Wednesday. I'm going to change my thumbnail here pretty soon because we're going to be moving into spring, and I intend to keep doing this until the studio's open. So, I love you. See you later. Bye for now.